Hey guys, if anyone was interested, I wanted to just give a little introduction to the program that I used to create that game. So it's called RPG Maker MV. Let's go ahead and open it up, except it's already open, so the computer's going to be confused. Bah. Okay, so this is the program itself. This is the final product of what you guys will see. But nothing that I did was that complicated. So what this program does, it allows you to create your own game in the vein of Pokemon or Final Fantasy, which is the kind of game where characters take turns in battle. You don't have to make the game about battling, but this program is made for making those kinds of games. Okay, so what I did, let's go ahead and make a new project. Do you want to save changes to this game? I don't remember what I did, but let's say yes. So the name of the new project, name of the game. Project 3 is fine. Name of the game can be anything. Anything you want. This is where it's going to save it. If you want to choose a different place to save it, you can. Okay, so it's loading all of the assets that the program has to make a game. So it has a lot of things that you're going to need already, including characters, maps to walk through. You can have faces for the characters, which I'll explain as I'm creating something. And you could also import anything that you want. You can import your own music, your own characters, but it has to fit with the guidelines of the program, so that can be kind of difficult. So I think it's much easier to just use what's in front of you and everything that the program comes with, which is actually kind of a lot of stuff. Okay, and this is going to finish up very soon. Okay, so here is my game for all intents and purposes. Okay, so this is the basic screen. I have my character. I have the map that he's on. Here we have the list of maps, and if you right click and go to load, you can see all the maps that are available in the game. So if you're totally new to these games, the way they work is you'll have a world map. On the world map, you will have houses or caves or things to explore, and when you enter those things to explore, they will be a smaller map like this. So for our project, I saw that there was one called Hospital. Okay, so we have the outside of the hospital, and then at the end of the list, the other map I use is the inside of the hospital. So let's go ahead and take this outside hospital map. Okay, and here are two distinct settings. I have the map setting, like the map mode, and the event mode. So in the map, you can create your own map. Here are all the tiles to create what you want if you're artistic. I'm sure that it takes a long time. It's definitely very difficult to create something as intricate as this. So that's why, for me, for my purposes, I'd rather just use what the game has and put what I want inside the game than spend time creating a special map. Okay, so in map mode, you can make the edits to the design. In event mode, you can add the events to the map. So like the little characters that I have walking around the game, I put in from the event mode. So I'll double click a square to open up the event dialog. Here is the picture of what you'll see on the map. So for the people, I would pick a person. This is what will be on the map for the event. For the event to happen, I have the trigger action button. That's the button you have to press to make the event start. So for this program, it's the Z key. So when I press Z, this event will happen. What do I want the event to do? I decide here in the contents. Most of what I used for this game were show text, make the character say something, or show choices. Have the character ask a question where each of these branches is a different choice, and each branch can be its own path. Okay. So let's have this guy say, "Hi, welcome to the game." Okay, and this is the enter text dialog box. It has the line here to show where it will cut off. So if I kept typing, had him talking, in the game when I spoke to this character, it would cut off. So you have this line for reference. Okay. Over here, the face is for adding the face of the character you're speaking with. And a trick that these games use is to only add the face when you're speaking to important characters. So, for the game that I made, most of the people do not have faces. The one person that asks you a question does have a face, so that there's more stress on the character. You see more of who they are than just a little sprite. These things are called sprites, the little characters. Okay, so that's part one. How to make someone talk. Also, you can make them move. So his movement type is fixed. Don't move anywhere. Move randomly. Approach the character, or I can pick the movements I want him to make. Okay, let's have him walk randomly. Okay. Other things I want to show if anyone wants to use this. What you need to do is right-click any tile where you want the game to begin. So set starting position, player. When I start the game, my character will be here. If anyone is actually interested, let me know. I can give you more tips for like how to change this character, how to implement the battle parts of the game if you're looking for that, or any other like advanced options that this game might hold. Okay, so that's part one. We have our character is starting here. He can talk to this guy. And here we have a couple of rooms. Each of these rooms are going to be transfer destination. But before I can transfer anywhere, I'm going to need another map. So I will load the interior of the hospital. Okay, then I will come back to this map. From this square, I want to quick event create transfer to this other map, to the start of this hospital. Okay, and I can choose the direction that the character will face in when they enter the map. So since I'm starting at the bottom of the map, I want to be facing up, which retain would have done also, but that's okay. Okay, so the next important thing, I'll show how the branches work. So first I would choose a text, or show text to create a question. My caps lock is on. Something simple. How are you doing? I'm okay. I'm good. Or we all know the correct answer. I'm fine, thank you. Okay, so in the game, I have this character, who I did not set a picture for, so you can't see anything. I have this character as a sort of gatekeeper. So what I want to do to have him leave his position when I get the correct answer is I would go to movement. Here are all the options you can do in the event settings. This is kind of like very simple programming. So like the way programming works in its simple form is a lot of if-then statements. If this happens, do this. So I'm going to tell him if I pick this answer, please move to the right and then face down. So it looks like you're still looking at me. And the rest is whatever. It will just end if I picked those options. Wrong. This one. Wrong. Okay, so those are the important things of the game. Having a character say something and having them ask questions for our purposes of making a game that only involves narrative. We don't have battles or anything. You can add puzzles by using these event dialogues. You could have, instead of talk to someone, step on something so they step on the right spot. It can trigger the action that you want. So for instance, another game that I created was to have the character or the player spell words, and when you stepped on the letter tiles in the correct order, the door would open. So there's a lot of possibilities of what this program can do. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've made. This here is the playtest button. Save changes to your game. Yes. This video is a lot longer than I expected it to be. But okay, so here is our game. Oh, and there's a whole party. Okay, so I would talk to this guy, and he would say, "Hi, welcome to the game." And then I would talk to this guy, and she would say, "How are you doing?" And if I tell her, "I'm fine, thank you." Oh, I made myself move. Okay, so there's player move and event move. So I clicked the wrong one, but that's the gist. So instead of set movement route player, it should have been set movement route this event, and that will tell the character to move. But that's the basic how to create characters, how to make them talk, how to make them ask questions, and how to use them as gatekeepers, people that are in your way, and how to have them leave their position as the gatekeeper so that you can progress with the game. Okay, if anyone has any other questions, feel free to let me know. All right, goodbye.